Well, welcome. Congratulations, you are here because your course has been recently upgraded to our new learning management system, which is Canvas by Instructure. We're really excited to move to Canvas. We believe that you and your students will come to love it. We've had such great feedback from both the students and faculty that participated in our pilot. What I want to do today is, before you get started on your course checklist, is to highlight what to expect with your new master course template, explain a few things about how we'll be handling them since it is different than NECA, and to give you a few pointers as you get started. So let's go ahead and move into the system. One of the things to point out right away is how we are going to access Canvas. We recently published a new portal page where you can access Canvas. They are working on a My Miami button that they'll place so that it'll go directly to Canvas like it did for NECA, but we wanted to have an easily accessible landing page to access the system. You can locate this page and communicate with your students that it's miamioh.edu/Canvas. It follows the same conventions as like we have for atomic learning and those sort of things, where it's the Miami address / the name of the product. This will bring you to our Canvas portal page. There's a very short video that talks about the cool things you can do with Canvas. If you haven't checked that out, it's nice and it's really short. You'll notice underneath there are some resources for students and resources for faculty. And there's the contact information for the regional e-learning office. So this is the best way to access it. So you'll go ahead and log into your Canvas course. When you come into your Canvas course, you'll notice that at the top you have a courses and groups. Yours will look different than mine just because of the differences of the courses that we're in. You'll end up finding, though, the name of your course. It's the course name and number, and then the master, and then your name, which is the course author, and the year that it was edited, which is 2014. This is going to allow us to do a better job at managing revisions of courses and keeping a good backup. So over time, we can edit and upgrade courses and not lose content, and also have a way to be able to share content as we have multiple faculty that may access the same course. So this is your master course shell. This is your home page, which you'll notice on the left is marked home. This is what we used to call the online classroom. So at the top, you'll see it designates that it's an online class. If you have a course banner that you have, we can place that here. Otherwise, it may say the name of your course and your department. There may be a brief paragraph that explains, the object or outcome of the course, and a message from you. It tells them that this is the online classroom. There's some basic links. It directs them that their first course visit is to go to the Syllabus button. The Syllabus is where we used to have our Getting Started information. We've linked it here, and it's also up on the left. So if I click on the Syllabus button, we'll notice that it's the same Getting Started that you were used to, that you had before. A lot of the content was moved over by NECA by our Canvas upgrade team. So you'll want to go through and look at that information and make sure that it's up to date. Our team has worked really hard to try to clean up things as they go through, but you might find a few things where it may still refer to NECA that might need to be taken out, or links that need to be changed. So one of the things that you'll want to do is to take a look on there. If I want to go back, I hit home. Online Essentials has a link that goes to the Online Essentials page. We're working on updating this right now, so it'll be more informative for students with information that they need for virtual resources and also on how to be a good online student. We moved the technology guidelines and the netiquette information all into Online Essentials. So all of the personal course information will be under the syllabus, and then anything to do with the e-learning or being an online student or online student resources will be under Online Essentials. You'll notice there's a how to contact the instructor. You'll be able to type in here that says your office location and how you want to be contacted. You can remove any of these that you do not want. If you're going to be available to do Google Hangouts, or you're going to have alternative contacts like WebEx, we've put a link in there of how to use Google Hangouts so your students can use that with one another, or they can use it with you for virtual office hours or conferencing. Down here it may say Module 0. You can change the name of the module. to what the module topic is covering, and then the buttons are linked to that actual module. So one thing I'll show you is if I click the module, it takes me to what is called the module page in Canvas. You'll notice I clicked module 0, so module 0 is at the top. Instead of taking them directly to this pre-work page, even though we're not the hugest of fan visually at how this page looks, is it does give the students a clear idea of how much there is to get done in the module. So they can tell here that there's a page that they need to view, that there's a discussion forum, and that there's an assignment that they need to complete. As they complete the items, it'll put a check mark for them. We also can tell if the module is published by the green cloud and what is published within the module. So on your checklist, it'll talk to you about how to decide what to publish and not publish, because that also depends on what they see on the screen. Right now, everything in this course is published, so students could see anything in the course, which is fine for some courses, but other courses not so much. Now, the one thing I will point out is if we go back, if I now click, say, on Module 2, or Module 1, we now see that Module 1 is at the top. So whatever module you click, it brings that module to the top. So it takes a little bit to get used to, but the students, I think, do come to like the organization. We haven't had issues with students asking, when is this due? I didn't know that we had to take care of this. So this is a change, but it's one that's been working very well. Now, depending on the number of modules you have, we've created the template with up to 15 modules. So as they've been moving your course over, they're either deleting or linking up the modules that you have access to. I want to show you a few things, though, in case you need to adjust the links. So in order to edit this page, we just click on Edit. And if I want to make any changes with text, I can click and just use the Rich Text Editor. You will notice there's no undo button. So if you have an issue that you mess something up or you have a typo, you can hit Control-Z, which is the undo function on your keyboard, and that does have an undo. So don't fear, there is an undo option. If you want to add a link, so if I wanted to add, say, a link to this, I would highlight it. All the linking is done here on the right. So you would look over here to see, do I want to add it to course navigation? Do I want to link it directly to a module, to a discussion? All of these are internal links to the course site. If I wanted to link this to an outside external link, I would click link and then put my URL in here. So outside links are done through the link button. Internal links are done through here. So for example, I noticed that Module 2 wasn't working very well when we went there. So if I want this to go to Module 2, I click on the item, which is the button. I click on Modules. I want this to go to Module 2, so I'm going to click on Module 2, and now the item has been linked. And then at the bottom of the page, you scroll down, we would just hit Save, and then we can test it. So now if I roll down, I click on Module 2, it takes me to Module 2. So you want to take a look and look at that. You want to go through and look at your modules as you click on them. You'll notice that we have the module template that your instructional designer may have created with you, and then you'll have all of the items that are all under the module area. So I can click on pre-work, I can go through and look, and this should look like what your NECA course looked like before. You can go through and check your links, again, if you need to edit and change anything. One nice feature with Canvas is that you have the option, you can record media or use a YouTube video right away if you want to add an introduction. You can go through and check your information, check your external links. So the checklist will walk you through with what to look for, but that's how you go through and look at your modules. I can also then go back to my modules again, and I can go through each one. The biggest change between NECA is that, as you go through things, This is all the text information. If you have an assignment or anything, we have to get used to clicking this next button, and that's a little different for us, or previous. So there's a forum, so this takes them directly to their very next thing. They just click reply and start typing away to post their reply. And as this fills up, we'll see all the postings on this page. If we want to go to the next portion of the course, we just hit next. And this is an assignment where I see that I can add a rubric as an instructor. For the speed grader, it's really nice to go through and add the rubrics if that's something that's useful to you for the assignments, because it makes the grading go really quickly. But we can use the previous or next button, and it really does walk the students directly through. You'll notice up here at the top with your account, your inbox, and your settings. So this is just a basic sort of course tour on what to expect. But this is your home page. Everything is linked on here, so this will be the main page your students come to and link out to your pages. But inside the actual module pages themselves, they've been created so that they look similar to what they did when they were in NECA. They're just organized a little bit differently. So you know the course better than anyone else. We've tried to make this as easy as possible. We've had the movers come in and move everything and put it, where it's supposed to go. And so now it's the unpacking time. We are sure that you'll have some fun with redesigning the class with some of the great new tools that are available. If you have questions, please contact the e-learning office at elearning@miamioh.edu or at 217-4003. One last thing to point out is that this is the master of the course, and so any changes that you make to your course as the course author, you'll continue to have access to this. Please update the master template as you make changes, so that way we have good working copies, and then if we need to work with additional faculty in the future, we have good information to give them. But we will not attach rosters or use the master template for instruction. This is purely for a backup copy as a master copy of your course and all your hard work. So, happy work in Canvas. We're excited to get busy with you. If you have questions, please let us know.